The hidden price you pay when you're too nice to everyone. What if I told you that the kindest person you know is also the most exhausted person in the room? What if being too nice is not a gift, but a slow, silent punishment you give to yourself every single day? This is the story of Daniel, a man who gave everything to everyone and lost himself completely. Stay with me, because this story might be about you. Daniel was the kind of man everyone loved. In his office, he was the first to arrive and the last to leave, not because his boss asked him to, but because a colleague needed help. Always. At home, he never said no to his family. His sister called at midnight, he answered. His friend needed money, he gave it. His neighbor needed a favor, he smiled and said, "Of course, no problem." People called him the good one. Daniel will help. Ask Daniel, he never refuses. And Daniel, he liked that, because deep inside, he believed something very dangerous. If I stop helping, they will stop loving me. So he kept giving, his time, his energy, his money, his peace. He gave and gave and gave. But here is what nobody saw. Every night when Daniel came home, he sat alone in the dark, not because he was sad, but because he had nothing left. No energy to cook his own dinner. No strength to call someone he loved. No words left because he had used them all for other people. He was like a phone that charges everyone else but never plugs itself in. His body was present, but his soul was slowly disappearing. One morning, Daniel looked in the mirror and he didn't recognize the man. Looking back, the eyes were tired, the smile was gone, the face was familiar. But the person inside was a stranger. He whispered to himself, "When did I lose myself?" And the mirror had no answer. That same week, something happened. At work, Daniel's company needed someone to lead a new project. It was a big opportunity, more responsibility, more visibility, a chance to grow. Daniel wanted it for the first time in years. He wanted something for himself. He prepared, he stayed late, he worked hard, he was ready. But then, his colleague Marcus came to him. "Daniel," Marcus said, "I need your help. I want to apply for the project lead position, but I don't have enough experience. Can you teach me everything you know? You're so good at this, and honestly, you're too humble for that role anyway." Daniel felt something sharp in his chest. Too humble, that's what people called it, but what it really meant was, "You're too easy to use." He wanted to say, "No, Marcus, I'm applying too." But instead, Daniel heard his own voice say, "Sure, I'll help you." And he did. He spent 3 evenings teaching Marcus, sharing his ideas, his strategies, his plans. Marcus got the position. At the celebration, Marcus shook Daniel's hand and said, "I couldn't have done it without you, buddy." He smiled, he walked away, and Daniel stood there, holding a glass of water, watching someone else live the life he wanted. That night, Daniel called his best friend Leo. He needed to talk. He needed someone to listen. The phone rang. Once, twice, 3 times, Leo answered. "Hey Daniel, sorry, I'm busy right now, can we talk later?" "Sure," Daniel said, "no problem." He put the phone down and sat in silence. He thought about all the times he had answered Leo's calls, at midnight, during lunch, during important meetings. He thought about the money he lent, never returned, the favors he gave, never remembered, the times he canceled his own plans. To be there for someone who wasn't there for him now, and for the first time. Daniel felt angry, not at them, at himself, because he finally understood something painful. People don't take advantage of kind people allow themselves to be taken advantage of. He had trained the world to treat him this way every time he said yes when he meant no. He taught people that his boundaries didn't exist. Every time he helped without being asked, he taught people that his time had no value. Every time he swallowed his pain and smiled, he taught people that his feelings didn't matter. He had written the rules and then suffered under them. Daniel opened his journal that night. He wrote one question at the top of the page: who am I when I'm not being useful to someone? He stared at the question for a long time and he had no answer. That was the most terrifying moment of his life. Not a car accident, not losing a job, not a broken heart, but sitting alone with himself and realizing he didn't know who he was. Because for so long, his identity had been built on one thing: being needed. And when you build your house on someone else's approval. The moment they walk away, you have nowhere to live. The next morning, Daniel did something he had never done before. He woke up, made coffee just for himself, sat by the window, and did nothing. No phone, no messages, no helping anyone, just silence, just him. And in that silence, he heard a voice, not from outside, from somewhere deep inside his chest. The voice said, "Daniel, you are not a service, you are a person." He thought about a candle. A candle gives light. That is beautiful. That is generous. But if the candle burns for everyone else and never rests, never protects its own flame, it burns out. And a burned out candle cannot light anything, not even itself. That day, Daniel made a decision not to stop being kind. Kindness was part of who he was. He didn't want to lose that. But he decided to add one word to his vocabulary, a small word, a powerful word, a word that had terrified him his whole life: no. When Marcus asked him to prepare his presentation, Daniel said, "I'm sorry. I have my own work today." When his sister called asking for a favor he couldn't afford, Daniel said, "I love you, but I can't this time." When a colleague asked him to stay late again, Daniel said, "I have plans." He didn't explain. He didn't apologize 10 times. He didn't feel guilty. He just said no, and the world didn't end. Something surprising happened. People didn't leave him. They didn't hate him. In fact, some of them respected him more. Because here is the truth that nobody tells you. People respect what they cannot easily have. When you are available for everyone all the time, you become invisible. But when you have standards, when you protect your time and energy, people begin to see your true value. 3 months later, Daniel applied for a new project at work. This time he told no one. He prepared alone. He walked in with confidence, and he got it. On his way home that evening, he passed a mirror in the hallway. He stopped. He looked at the man looking back at him. The eyes were clear, the shoulders were straight, and for the first time in years, the smile was real. He whispered, "There you are. And now I want to speak to you. If you are someone who always says yes, who always helps, always gives, always smiles, even when you are breaking inside, I want you to hear this. You are not a machine. You are not a service. You are a human being, and human beings need rest. Human beings need boundaries. Human beings are allowed to choose themselves without feeling guilty. Being kind is one of the most beautiful things in the world, but kindness without boundaries is not kindness. It is self-destruction. So today, protect your energy, guard your peace, say no when you need to, and remember, the most important person you will ever be kind to is the one looking back at you in the mirror. Take care of that person. Because if you lose yourself trying to save everyone else, who will save you? Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it today.